He said we'd move in together, then moved his mom in instead. We'd been planning to move in together for 6 months. 6 whole months. Pinterest boards, budget spreadsheets, arguments about couch colors and whose air fryer we'd keep. It felt adult, stable, real. I gave up my apartment. Not just a place, my safe space. The tiny balcony where I drank coffee every morning. The neighbor's cat that visited me, the independence. I signed paperwork to transfer my job closer to his office because it would make things easier for us. 2 weeks before move-in day, he sat me down on the edge of the mattress, the only thing left in my half-packed apartment, and said something unexpected happened. His mom lost her apartment. And she doesn't have anyone else, he added quickly. I waited. And she'll be moving in. To our place, I asked. Just for a few months, until she gets back on her feet. I should have asked more questions. I should have paused everything right there. But I loved him, and loving someone sometimes makes you ignore the small alarms in your head. Move-in day didn't feel like the beginning of our life together. It felt like I was moving into their life. She had already chosen the master bedroom because her back needs the better space. We got the smaller one. She rearranged the kitchen before I even unpacked my dishes. When I cooked the first dinner in the apartment, she tasted it and said, "Oh, interesting. We don't usually use that much garlic in this family." Wait, not my son. Not he. Wait. He laughed awkwardly. She's just joking. She was. At first, it was little things. She'd rewash plates I had already cleaned. She'd fold my laundry differently and say, "You'll learn." She'd comment on my clothes. "That's tight. That's short. He prefers more modest." I asked him once, quietly in our room, "Why does she act like I'm auditioning?" He sighed. "She's adjusting. This is hard for her." Hard for her. I left my apartment, my routine, my independence. But sure, let's talk about how hard it is for her. Months passed. She didn't look for apartments, not seriously. Every listing was too expensive, too far, too small, not safe. When I suggested helping her look, she smiled thinly and said, "Don't worry, my son will take care of me." That night I asked him, "How long is this actually going to be?" He rubbed his face. "Why are you making this a problem?" Because I felt like a guest in my own home. Because I lowered my voice when I laughed. Because I started eating dinner faster, so she wouldn't critique it. Because every time we tried to watch a movie together, she'd sit in between us on the couch. The breaking point came on a random Tuesday. I got home from work exhausted. She was in the kitchen, telling him about a woman at church whose son almost married the wrong girl. She didn't look at me when she said, "Some women are temporary, mothers are forever." Silence. I stood there, waiting for him to say something. Anything. Instead, he stared at his phone. Later that night, in front of him, she said it. "No woman will ever love him like I do. Not in a sweet way. In a territorial way." I looked at him. He just shifted uncomfortably and muttered, "Mom." But he didn't disagree. He didn't defend me. He didn't choose. And that's when it hit me. I wasn't dating one person. I was competing with his mother. And I was losing. I started noticing things I had ignored before. He called her every day when we weren't living together. He told her things about our arguments. He asked her opinion before making decisions with me. When I tried to talk about boundaries, he said, "That's just how she is." No. That's how you allow her to be. The night I left wasn't dramatic. No screaming, no slammed doors. She corrected the way I loaded the dishwasher again. I calmly unloaded it. I went into the bedroom, the smaller bedroom, and packed a suitcase. He followed me in. "What are you doing?" "I'm choosing myself." He looked confused, hurt, almost offended. "You're overreacting." Maybe. Or maybe I was finally reacting the right amount. "I don't want to compete for my boyfriend," I told him. "I want a partner, not a referee in a lifelong mother-son rivalry." He didn't stop me. He didn't say, "I choose you." He said, "Can we talk about this later?" That was my answer. I moved into a small studio across town. It wasn't perfect, but it was quiet. No one rewashed my dishes. No one critiqued my clothes. No one made me feel like I was an intruder in my own relationship. I heard through mutual friends that they still live together. She tells people I couldn't handle family values. Maybe she's right. I couldn't handle being second place in my own love story. And honestly, I don't miss him. I miss the version of us I imagined. But I'll never again give up my home or myself for someone who can't create space for me beside him. Not behind him. Not underneath his mother. Beside him.